with us if your last name don't got no loyalty. Podcast party poppin', but you already knew. I've been rolling with these folks, this that Monday night crew. Millennials versus the world like, millennials versus the world like you. Millennials versus the world like, millennials versus the world like you. Millennials versus the world. Millennials versus the world like you. Millennials versus the world like, millennials versus the world like you.
Yo, what's happening, good people, man? Welcome to day 2 of pregame week. Before we hit Raleigh, North Carolina, man, if you don't already know, man, I'm your boy K. Mims. I got the ladies of the show tonight, Miss Princess, Miss Asia, was Brittany, what's happening?
Yeah.
I got my bro beat out from Last Name Loyalty. What's happening, my guy?
What's good, people? It's day 2, baby.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, look, man, we're on the way. Tickets are on Posh. Make sure you tap in. The flash sale has ended. Early birds have ended, but tickets are still flowing. Raleigh, North Carolina, September 27th. We at Halftime Lounge downtown. We're the only spot you get authenticity and entertainment at the same time. Hey, so I got 2 quick things before we get into topics. What are y'all initial thoughts about this Cardi B situation? And her moving on and being happy and her with her new boyfriend and announcing her pregnancy all online and stuff. What's your thoughts on that?
Go ahead, Princess.
I didn't even know about it.
I'm not happy.
Okay. Say more.
So I love Cardi for multiple reasons. Personally, I feel like she put out her first album. I love the first album. And then for the past 7 years, we've been getting features, but no album because she has been busting it wide open with her horrible ass husband. And so now that she finally got out of that situation, like, cool, have a good time. We're finally about to get the album, but then you get a boyfriend and you done did it again.
Yeah.
And the tour starts in February, and she's due in February.
No, the tour was supposed to start in February. Now there ain't one.
But it just got announced. But she's saying that she's gonna be fine by then, but it's like ain't no way. She might be fine by the time she comes to North Carolina in April.
Mm-hmm.
But like in February, those dates are definitely about to get rescheduled.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's like, so Princess, you are an actual fan, so I feel your pain. That's not where the place I was coming from. I just think it's a little too quick to be having babies, dog. Like, what's this setup here? I agree. You do you have fun. I ain't tripping. I ain't managing nobody's private parts. But like, dang, bro, like babies though, and won't y'all just on a boat indulging in certain activities, or he was at least. It's like, what's going on here? What's the real, like, how are we making this decisions? How are we making these decisions with this stuff? So I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. That's alarming to me. Very much. I
don't even know if it was a decision. I think maybe it was a oops. Right?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna get rid of it.
Yeah,
exactly.
So she's in a position too where she can afford that in a sense. So do I agree with it? No, because I'm with you, Keenan. Like that's just a short time span. But I feel like it was one of those things where it's like, damn, it happened. We here now. Might as well have the baby.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So B-Dot, since you don't know, Cardi B pregnant by her new boyfriend have their divorce even finalized yet?
I was talking about it today. I don't know.
I don't know yet.
That's aggressive, yo.
I have no idea.
Yeah, what's going on here? I'm not really shocked because Cardi B seems like she's very authentic. She's very real, love her personality. She just seems like a bad decision maker. So I can't really judge that part of it. Like even when she went back to Offset after all this stuff happened, I'm like, come on, dog. Exactly. That's my point, though. Facts, though. So it's like I already know your decision making a little off already. You know what I'm saying? But Brittany and Asia, what's your thoughts on that?
said mine. I don't know. How old do y'all know how old the youngest baby is?
It can't be no more than two or
The
three.
youngest baby just turned 1 on September the 7th.
Come on,
What?
I didn't even know she
That's
had another one.
insane.
she
That's
ain't even
insane.
healed up all the way.
That's the
Yeah,
last one that she had by Offset. Yeah.
that's pretty wild. But I'm
Hmm.
not here to judge anybody. More power to you, sis.
I
May
got
your
a question.
pregnancy.
What's wrong with judging people?
Hmm.
What's wrong with judging people, Brittany? I'm
We're
not
not.
saying
He's so messy.
I
no.
don't think we're in position to judge anybody. I'm not in
Princess, y'all get
position.
deemed messy though. That's crazy.
Stupid.
Stirring the pot.
No. Okay, so I'm I'm why not? So if somebody does something stupid, I don't get why we can't judge that. I'm being serious.
Because I'll tell you why I don't, because I've done something stupid. And so I'm not in a position. I don't feel like I'm in a position to judge anybody. Like my opinion doesn't matter.
Does it change if somebody had the information to do the right thing and they opt to still do something stupid?
No, because I was them. How many times have I been that person? So I just feel, and I didn't want nobody to judge me. We're all capable of making stupid mistakes. You're nobody to judge. You probably did that 2 years ago, and I'm just now doing it. So you're just as dumb as me. I'm just dumb slower.
So let's both get judged.
I'm dumb
like,
slower. I'm
like,
dumb slower is good.
like so I don't
Oh,
disagree. So Asia, let me ask a princess. You had something?
I was about to ask a secondary question, so go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, how y'all think Offset feel?
He hurt. He bleeding out right now.
Got
He
to be.
bleeding out, boy. He
Gotta be.
crashing out right now behind scenes. Let me tell
Okay,
you.
okay, good. I'm glad that was a response. So my toxic side says, I am living for that. I am
Ah,
sorry. I am sorry. I am sorry. I mean, hey.
bleeding out. It's one thing. It's one thing to like
He
see
need to
them.
bleed out.
Come on, princess. So we can't judge nobody, but we can wish bleeding out on a guy. It's insane to me.
Yeah, if it was her, y'all would be wishing bleeding out on her.
We ain't do that on. We've never done that on any show about anyone. We've never wished bleeding
Yeah,
out on a woman. We've never
I don't
done that.
judge people.
Well, I ain't say that. I ain't say
I
that.
don't think we've discussed a situation similar to this one.
When was it
Have, have,
Chloe
have,
Bailey? Was it Chloe Bailey when everybody was when we were like when not Princess when Asia was happy that was it Chloe
no,
or was
Tiana.
it
No,
no it was who was it?
it was
Tiana.
Tiana Taylor, and I
Mhm.
said, in my eyes, she could do no wrong. That's what I said.
No, it was Lori Harvey all those years ago, and you were absolutely happy about how she was just living her best life, doing what she wanted to do. He's like, I'm glad that she put the shoe on the other foot because guys experience X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z, right? You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I
We
I
remember
don't, but
talking about Lori.
possibly, yeah.
We
I
ain't
do.
judge her. We ain't wish like we ain't if she got we don't like, yeah, glad somebody broke up with her when they dropped her. Like, we glad she ain't no hot top. Like, we ain't never do that.
That's on you.
Hey, bro, you vicious, man. You vicious, y'all.
Wow,
Go
that's
ahead.
wild.
Go ahead. Asia, I didn't hear your thought on judging people.
Oh, that's what you wanted to know my thoughts on it?
Yeah.
Um, I think that we make observations. I don't think that they necessarily have to lead to like judging somebody.
Okay.
Because I can say, like, for instance, I can say like she is fertile. That is evident, right? For me though, it's not like it's like is she in a relationship? Yes, she is. Is she doing things that people in relationships do? Yes. Do we see the evidence of that? Also, yes. You know what I'm saying? Like it literally happens every day. So I don't feel like there's a need of like because it's her that it's like, oh my goodness, we have to see it differently than we see it other times. But I will say I do think it's close. I remember bringing out Broccoli Fest when she was 9 months pregnant, about to pop, and I saw her at the last her last performance before after she got off stage, she went to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like I've seen her also like be in that space of like, I can definitely do both. I can do motherhood and I can be within my career and do all the things. And so what I look at though is I think about with her, you know, like giving birth and all those things. And if the due date is in February, and if her show is supposed to, you know, do all the things in February, for me, it's more of like, is she going to be taking care of herself for like her body to recover? Or is she going to say, it's been this long, I have to do it. I cannot push it back. Because I can also see her being like, no, like I'm gonna figure it out and I'm gonna just do it. Because I've seen her on stage performing 9 months pregnant.
Yeah.
That's actually more of my concern.
Okay. Respect. So I got another thing. This is a real conversation. So I was debating with somebody, a male friend of mine, and we were talking about, and I really want to know real for like I'm not trolling for the next however long this conversation goes. I'm not. The glasses adjustment was crazy, princess. So we were talking, he was talking to me about, we were talking about like producing, like working your business, working your career, doing things in your marriage, whatever the case may be. And he was like, come on, dog, we men, we always want validation. And I was like, you think we always need validation regardless? He's like, come on, dog, we're guys. That's what we always need. So my question is, like, do you all think valid? And then he got into like how a lot of black boys didn't hear I'm proud of you and all that great stuff. So like now in their later years, it's more important that they hear the words from a person that they care and love about. Do you all think like it doesn't matter if it's a brother, boyfriend, husband, cousin? Do y'all think men seek that validation more than women do, subconsciously or consciously? Or do y'all feel like both parties seek it? And I'm strictly talking about like words of affirmation, like verbal validation more than women, or do y'all think it's just one of those things where it's like it depends on the person? I guess I should throw it to you first, Dot. I'm gonna throw it to you first because you're a guy, and then we'll let the ladies bounce off you. Hell, man, come on, man. Don't make tighten up.
Nah, because at first I was like, what? Nah, I don't need validation. But then I thought about it. It's like I think dudes do look for validation. It's just not like I don't need it to come direct. You don't have to come to me and say, "Oh, you did a good job." Right? If I'm looking at it in my relationship and I do something, I don't need you to say, "Oh, I really appreciated you doing that." You showing it to me in a way, or me seeing you smile after I did it. I think that shows me that what I was doing, it gives me a sense of validation, I guess. Um, I just don't think it looks like it looks when it comes to the other sex. I feel like it needs to be said directly to some other people. It doesn't have to be directly said to me. However, I do feel like it is a thing that people look for. People need that validation. People need validation.
Ladies, what y'all think?
I could agree with that. I think it's like a people thing. I don't know if it's that men like seek it or need it more than women do. I think it's interesting though, because when we look at, I think when we think about men, it becomes like, oh, he needs his ego strokes. But when it comes to women, we say, oh, she needs attention. I think the way that we frame it is different. But I think when it comes down to it, I think it's at the end of the day, it's like we do want a sense of like validation with whatever we're doing, because it's a form of support, right? When somebody validates you, it's like, okay, I feel seen. People like feeling seen. And I think to what B Dot is saying, I think when sometimes, at least in my experience, when men do actually hear the like I'm proud of you, it is a different, like, I feel like they take it like, wait, what? because I
Oh
don't think that
shit.
they hear it often, especially from women. I don't think it's always like they really like hear it. So I do think that it impacts them maybe a little bit more because it's not heard as often in the same ways.
Mm. All right, my perspective is starting to change a little bit. Princess Brittany, y'all got anything before I say what I'm gonna say?
I was just gonna say I agree with B Dot and Asia. I don't really think that men necessarily seek it, but I think they're very appreciative of it. Like to Asia's point, when it happens, it's like, oh wow. Because I just feel like men were conditioned that like I think you said it in the beginning, Keenan, like they really didn't get that growing up. Honestly, a thought that just came to my mind is unless you play sports.
Mm-hmm.
But from like a female, I don't really think that men really get that much growing up. I think if you play sports, you're getting a good job, or like people cheering for you and all that. But I feel like just like let's just say like your mom or your girlfriend, like I don't think that men necessarily seek it, but it makes them feel really good whenever they receive it.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. Brittany, what you
I
think?
agree. No, both of them took the words right out of my mouth. I was gonna say I don't think it's sought out. I do. If I can just add just a little bit more, I would say that it actually. I feel like, um, it's actually like a motivator, to do more. Right. So I feel like if we do that naturally, if women do that naturally for men, just because, and men are not seeking it, but they hear it, it motivates them to then want to do more of that thing because it's like, oh, okay, cool. Like she is feeling when I do that. Or I did do something right today. Or I did do something, like worth her recognizing or acknowledging me in this space. And for women too, right? Like if I hear a certain thing, it's like, oh, okay, cool. Like it motivate. I think it's a motivator. Validation is a motivator to keep going. I do think people, Princess's words were perfect. I do think they appreciate it. I just don't know if it's necessarily a necessity.
For sure. And so my rebuttal to him was like, so I, again, to Princess's point, Seek was aggressive for me. You know what I mean? I think it can happen, but Seek was aggressive. And I was just like, I feel like sometimes when we say like when he said it, I was like, bro, that means like you do things for other people to stamp it.
Yeah.
Like you're doing something to get the approval of said community, said person, said thing. Because he didn't dumb it down to one person. He just said, like, we're men, we all want validation. And I was like, I think for myself and something that, to Princess's point again, being a former athlete, like you get that from coaches, you get that in that way. But as I got older, I heard it less. But like my validation, my self-validation kind of comes through results to me. Like if I do something and it works out the way I see fit or it doesn't, like even if it doesn't work out, it's okay because like I'll find validation and triangle or approach that did good up until this point that didn't. And I was like, bro, you don't need anybody's validation. And he was just like, everybody needs validation somewhere. And I'm just like, not from other people, because it's like, I guess to me, that's just the dangerous part. I'm not saying it's not appreciated. I'm not saying you can't have it. But if you do things, so let's talk about social media for a second. If you do things solely for a like, solely for a share, solely for a comment, like 1,000 people can see your stuff and rock with it. But if you're waiting for that one click, it means that they don't rock with it. Like, it's hard for me to see a world where like I'm putting something out and like, oh, come on, man, somebody got to show me some love somewhere.
But I do think some people do that though, right? Like if you post and you put like stuff into your post or like it's a business or something like that, and then like nobody likes it at all, I feel like that would be one of those like, hey, all right, maybe I need to reevaluate how I did this. I think it is like okay, maybe it was a song choice, maybe it was my editing, maybe it was so on and so forth. So I don't always think that it's like dang, I'll never post on social media again. But I do think that for some people, they get a gauge of what's working and what's not. And I'm only talking about social media right now. Sometimes based on like if let's say if a couple people like it versus if nobody likes it, right? I also think that even in settings like the work environment, validation for some people is they put in the work, not just to come to work. if they really want to get ahead and like climb the corporate ladder, there is a sense of validation that they are looking for. And that could be in like performance reviews, that could be in quarterlies, that could be in like those team shout outs and all hands and all that kind of stuff. When the promotion comes, that is validation, right? It's like, okay, cool, like I am doing what I need to do. And so I do think that some people do seek that. And if we're talking about like historically speaking and like general and all that kind of stuff, men in those spaces are trying to impress somebody to climb the ladder, right? And so in that regard, I could see the argument of like they are seeking some form of validation, but I don't think that it has to be like, you're doing a great job, man. But I think that promotion, yeah, that bonus, that's validation. Especially if it's a performance based like thing.
Yeah, but isn't that a result though? Like if it's
still
performance
validation.
based, yeah, I know, which I agree with. Which Asia, I agree with that type of validation. It's the pat on the back. I'm looking for someone else to give it to me. Is what I struggle with. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be long-winded or have a deep conversation. I just, I think I have a hard time. And look at me being vulnerable and it's good. What's this today? Wednesday? I think I have a hard time like viewing human needs as gender based. You get what I'm saying? Like some things are just like we all need to feel loved. We all need to feel companionship. We all need to feel most of these human basic needs. But it's like, oh, men need to be validated. Women need to, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, there are certain levels where we go like this, and there's certain things women do, certain things men do. But like a basic human need of like feeling love, feeling safe, feeling comfort, like I don't want to dig into this conversation crazy, but like I hope y'all saw what Cameron did with his co-host with the young lady with Adrian Broner, right? Like I think that was dope. Salute to him. I think that's the way that should have been handled, but like not from a woman necessarily, but ironically enough, it's a human need to feel protected. It's a human need to feel safe. And there's a level for a guy in which now I am somewhat sacrificing my overall safety to make my lady or my family feel safe because I got to sacrifice that. But to null and void a guy needing to feel safe because he's a guy, or a guy needing to feel love because he's a guy, that's why I feel like, damn, dog, why is that such a crazy ask of people? Why does that become men versus women when that's a human need to me?
Do you just a random question, do you feel like do you feel like validation is reflected in love languages?
I
was
do.
just about to ask that.
Yeah, I really do. I really do. But I think the tricky part about love languages, somebody doesn't need their love language to show up all the time to feel loved. You get what I'm saying? Like, so like I have my love language if it's words of affirmation. Yeah, that's the way I like it happening. And you could do certain other things, and you could also do that and you feel loved. But when I want to go over the top, when I want to hit that love spot, I know what things to do in that realm. You get what I'm saying? My only issue with what I'm talking about now is like, I think everybody seeks it in their own ways. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody wants to know they're doing a good job. I don't think it's only us. I don't think only this is gonna sound crazy, and I'm gonna shut up. I don't believe only men need to be nurtured. I feel like women do too, to a point. And then the same way we teeter off and start protecting, y'all teeter off and start nurturing more because you have kids or you take that role on as a woman. But like to remove some of these basic human things that everyone needs in order to grow, I'm just like, damn, why we draw the line right there? For God, see this, women do that. That's where I have a problem with it. I was long with it. I'm sorry, but it was just
Keenan,
yeah.
I like when Britt brought that. I was thinking about that prior to Britt bringing it up, but it just made me think about like going back to the 5 love languages, right? What is the percentage that you would say that if you asked a man what was his love language, what do you think out of the 5 that would be the most common answer?
Where's the affirmation? For sure.
Like as we were talking, I thought about that, and I'm like, whoever you was talking to may have a point. You know what I'm saying? I think it may not be something that's like verbally expressed all the time by men, because we talk about like men expressing themselves and feeling open to do so, but it actually may be wanted a lot more than what is actually received. Because I was just going down the list and I'm like, most times when I have that type of conversation with men, it is words of affirmation. And I think it's because it's something that they do not get.
Okay. That's fair.
Mhm.
I just really had I'm gonna be real. I know we typically don't do this, but like I had a genuine question around it because I'm just like, damn, like, you start. I'm seeing. I'm sorry. I really am, y'all. I'm seeing more hoes as we get older that I think we shouldn't be seeing right now. Like the way some people are starting to show up in there, because I believe this. As you get older, I just want to do this. I know I'm being long-winded, but I'm passionate about this. I'm sorry. So, like as you get older and your capacity lessens, you work, you have kids, like you can't hide your true self as much as you think you can, because you don't have the capacity to keep continuously show up in all these different places in all these different ways. So whatever holes or whatever struggle typically come out around the people that you care about. You know what I mean? Like you may be letting your hair down more because you just ain't got the capacity to, hey, look, y'all, I ain't got it right now. So what that leads me to is the conversation of like, when I'm my raw self, all my, whether it be traumas, whether it be holes, whether it be processes or changes are showing up now. And as we get older, I'm just like, damn, dog, some of these things, I'm not going to say we shouldn't be having, but it's like alarming some of the gaps I'm starting to see as I get older. I'm like, damn, like that ain't what I thought that would be when we got to this age. You get what I'm saying? Even down to the basics of communication with guys. Like you burnt out, you can't mask it anymore, but you also can't tell somebody how you feel. Like, damn, you can't say I'm sad. And you may not feel comfortable, but like just the emotion of I'm sad. So I know I'm being long, but I'm just like, damn, when did it get to the point where like I feel like we've put up this face for so long, and now we're getting to an age where we realize that shit don't work, and you got to really show up as yourself, and people are struggling to do that. And it's just really like, damn, dog, who was I talking to all those years? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I think. What, Asia? Were you gonna say something?
I had two thoughts. One was my ADHD brain, but the other one was just I'm gonna say it too. So at first I said in my head, I said, "Oh, you're talking about like digging out, dig it type of holes, not like hoes." Because I was not hearing you at first, and I thought you said you were seeing a lot more hoes, but you was talking about na.
Yeah, I'm not seeing
so
any
that
hoes.
was the ADHD brain. Yeah, I'm
Yes.
just but with all
No
of
hoes
that
for me.
though, I think that's where I think to your point though, Keenan, I do think that the mask does fall off, and it should eventually. And I think that's actually why when we think about like our elders, when we're like, wow, they really don't have a filter. Because I think at some point in like the 30s, mid to late 30s, it's like, what am I faking for? Yeah, I am just gonna say the thing, right? And I think it's like it starts here. It's for some of us, it's starting now where we're able to kind of like let that mask down because it's heavy to hold. It becomes heavy to hold.
Yeah, and then we also, real quick too, I think it's more of suppression, right? I think we've learned to suppress things for so long because we felt like we needed to, or because we had to fake, quote unquote, right? And now we've just getting to a point where it's like, yo, I cannot suppress this, and it keeps coming up, and it gets to a point where we're tired now of suppressing it. So how do we handle this? Oh, it's just gonna have to come out, and then this is the result that's in front of us.
Yeah. So I'm sorry for being long-winded like that, y'all.
No, that was good.
Yeah, that was good.
Look at you deepening your you a therapist? I didn't know.
Ever since his job description changed, y'all, he's been
Oh my God. Next question, dog.
elevated.
Wow. Wow. That is, you know what? It be your own folks, man. All right. So next up, y'all. Appreciate y'all listening. I was long-winded. Do you all believe that people dismiss the possibility of creating a broken home, Cam Newton, when they have a child with someone, i.e., a mistress turned wife? I'm going to be quiet on this initial one because I talked alone last time. Yeah, that I'm sorry to keep going to you. Hey, Marcus Sale. Hey, look what Marcus Sale said, bro. He gonna say Dr. Clark. Hey, if I could do this on screen, I would. Hey, Doc, what's your thought, bro? I gotta go to you first, man. I know you're a little quiet during that round. Do you think when people are doing things outside and they were married and now I'm messing with this joint, I'm leaving over here, do you think they dismiss what they're doing to their home when they are dibbling and dabbling over
Step
here
out.
to make a pivot?
Mm.
Are they
Yeah,
dismissing that notion?
they ain't thinking about that at the time. And if you are, you got some bigger issues. But yeah, I think you dismissing it. I think we oftentimes don't think about the kids in the situations, whether it be somebody stepping out, y'all not happy with each other. Um, the kids are the one who suffer most of the time, really all of the time, to be honest. Product of it. But yes, people dismiss it all the time.
Yeah, I need to be quiet tonight. Brittany, what you think?
So originally when I saw this question, I thought of like mistress turned wife because and Asia and I had this conversation separately. It was more like your initial reaction is, of course, people are not intentionally trying to make a broken home, right? Like they're not intentionally out here just having I hope not, majority. Can't speak for all of America. Um, but I when I think of mistress turned wife, like if in my as a well, let me say this right. Thinking like a mistress, right? And if I've got now have gotten you and I'm a wife, I'm not thinking about how I got you. So
Mm,
it and
mm,
and you have and I feel like I was telling Asia, I feel like you have to sometimes you have to think like that because you it turns into character flaws, right? Like your character, you're a cheater, you got with a cheater, he cheated on his person to be with you, you were the mistress, now you're the turned wife. So in the back of your mind, like I think a lot of people dismiss that because it's like, oh, I can change this person, or oh, now I can start a family, or oh, I'm up
mhm.
here now. When it's like, no, that really part of that person's character and personality and who they really were. Because if that's the case, then yeah, every time you lay down and then you create a kid, there is a possibility of a broken home because that person has not changed. It's in them. So if they go out and do the same thing, you can't be mad at nobody but yourself because you kind of got him, you got him or her the same way that they got you cheating, and you were okay with that.
The only thing I will push back on is like it's not her responsibility to protect that house, though. So, like, I don't think she has to be considerate of that, or he, whoever the mistress or side person is.
I don't
Like,
think you have to be considerate, but you have to think, you have to weigh that option before you have a kid with somebody like that, because because the possibility of the broken home can take place is what I'm saying.
yes, I agree. I just think from the outside perspective, whoever that person is now messing with, the married person, like I think the illusion of what that person is doing at home is more attractive than what the broken home may be if they get married. Does that make sense? Like 9 times out of 10, the mistress that's messing with that guy thinks she can go have what he already has over here. The illusion of what that may be. So that desire is more powerful than me thinking about whatever I'm gonna deal with once I get that. You get what I'm saying? Like that's not. I just I have a hard time. I'm talking a lot tonight. I'm sorry, y'all. I have a hard time believing that it's whoever's on the outside job to protect the crib. I don't care what it is, who it
Uh,
is, how it is. It's not to
It's
me.
not.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
So
the person who's at the house. It's their job. It's their
Hmm.
responsibility.
yeah. And the only thing I would add is that shit already broken. If they stepped out, that house already broken. This is unpopular. If you leave before the kids turn a certain age, like the kid only suffers when you stay in the broken home that you don't want to be in. If you did all these things before the kid gets a certain age and create some normalcy before that kid is in late elementary to middle school, it's a chance for them not to have a broken home and there be two separate homes. Does that make sense?
But it's still broken.
Yeah.
But
It can be a good environment, or you can make it the best environment you possibly can. It's still a broken home.
no, it's not. No, it's not. Come on.
How is it not? You and the mother are not together with the children in the home. Y'all have now separated. It's broken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
What if y'all was never in a home? What if y'all were never together? Y'all had a kid and y'all never lived together, but
Then it started broken.
Yeah, it was.
how can something break that was never together? If it was never here, how can it be broken? I'm not being funny. Seriously. So, like, in my mind, I could be wrong. In my mind, if we were never together, we have a kid, both houses are healthy. That's two healthy homes for the kid to grow up in. That's not broken.
That's
It was
two
never
halves
together.
that's broke already. Like
It's still
when you
broken.
it's when you take a puzzle piece and you stick it together, it's together. If you start off with two puzzle pieces in your hand, it's a broken puzzle. So I agree with B Dot with saying like it started off as something broken. It's not saying that you don't have a healthy environment and they don't have a healthy environment. Absolutely. You guys can co-parent, figure that out, whatever for the kid, but it's still a child is not raised in a two-parent household from the beginning, from jump.
I don't.
So I think the way that B-Dot explained it in the beginning, like after what you said, Keenan, you were saying basically like if they were in one home and like before the child gets into like elementary school, if this happens and they split, you were basically saying like it's not really like it really wouldn't be a broken home. That's what you're saying?
That yes, in its essence, yes, that's what I was saying.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that's where I agree with B Dot. Like I feel like if they were together in a home, whether they have reached elementary school age or not, if they separate and they are no longer under the same roof with mom and dad anymore, that is a broken home. However, it still could be a healthy co-parenting situation.
So what goes for the home that has two parents, but it's a terrible situation? What is that called?
Same thing.
It's just called a
It's broken.
toxic living environment.
Which in turn is broken.
Yeah, I'm if I can be honest, I'm with Keenan on this one. And I think it's
2 nights in a row,
because
man.
for me,
2 nights in a
because
row.
I hear what y'all are saying, and I do agree, right? It's like logistically, yes, it is a broken home. But I think if we're talking about like if we go out in the world and we're having conversations about a broken home, that gives a particular like you can picture what that actually is. Right. And so, for example, so we can say it can be a 2-parent home and it's still a broken home. Absolutely. It can be that, that there are 2 separate households and both of them are toxic. That's also broken home. Right. But I do think the I don't want to say the nuance, but I think when we think about right the visualization, there we go, of a broken home is very different than if there are 2 functioning households.
I agree.
Because I think it would be like, what would be like us saying, okay, it's all broken homes. So that would mean the only way that it's not a broken home is that if it's the parents are married or together under one roof and it's fully functioning.
Isn't that the
without
goal
zero
though?
problems. Huh?
When you get with somebody and you have kids with somebody, isn't the goal to be with that person and raise your children together in the same
Not for
home?
everybody.
Hopefully,
But
but not.
shouldn't that be the goal?
Yes. Yes. I'm not going front. Yes. Go ahead, brother.
So therefore, that is, if that's the goal, that's a unbroken home, correct?
I get we going. Yes.
I would agree.
Anything
Yes.
outside of that is a broken home.
Okay.
Now, that's not to say that it can't be functional and we make it work, but it's a broken home.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at broken home more figurative, like as a figure of speech than an actual house. Because yet to everything you said, bro, I really agree with you, right? But I think what I'm saying is when people get together, if we erase 80% of parents didn't even want to have kids with a person. Let's get that out the way. It's like 80% of parents. Then You have another 10% who, you know, tried, it didn't work out, went separate ways, right? But you have this other 10% that like these one-offs happen with two responsible adults and they have a functioning home. And when I think of home, I think of stability between the two parents and for the child. And because when I feel like this, when a home is broken, figuratively speaking, it doesn't yield, like the kids gonna need some work as they come up. But I've seen really strong kids come from two separate households because the foundation is strong. To Brittany's point earlier, when she was like two puzzle pieces, I'm looking at it as two separate puzzles. This puzzle is whole over here. This puzzle is whole over there. It's not broken because they was never together anyway. So I get the point she's making with the puzzle pieces, but I'm saying there's a whole piece, there's a whole puzzle together here. There's a whole puzzle together here. Why is that considered broken? If the kid is over here, go ahead, Princess.
So this makes me think about Nick Cannon, right?
That's
Every
broken.
time, no, okay. So tell me why though? Based off of what you're saying right now, what I'm hearing is that, like, let's just say, okay, when they are with him, it's stable over there. He got the money, he got the resources. That's stable at his house whenever he sees them, whatever the schedule is. At mom's house, it might be stable over there, but the argument in Black culture is that Nick Cannon is going around creating a bunch of broken homes, in which I agree with. But based off what you're saying, I don't think that we could say that about Nick Cannon because we don't know. It could be stable on both sides.
Okay, cool.
But I don't agree with that.
I don't agree either. But a couple of things, may I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nick Cannon, the couple of issues I have with him and Cam Newton, he introduced multiple baby mamas. So when you introduce multiple baby mamas, there has to be some type of cohesiveness amongst them as well because their kids are siblings. Nick Cannon had no regard for the relationship between the siblings' mothers. He had no regard for being married to Mariah Carey, having twins, and then doing all this stuff with you know, sporadic pregnancies and all this. And I get it may be stable here and stable there, but unless we see a picture with all 17 of the kids and all the parents smiling for Christmas, that's what makes that broken to me. Princess, if he had cohesion amongst the baby mothers and they were stable over there, stable over here, and they can share holidays, I would say what I'm saying is not true. However, by Keenan definition, he has to like Nick Cannon because he makes the houses stay. Man, he ain't making no houses stay. So now, see, y'all, you saying, okay, I got you, Mark. I'm going there. So, Princess, the point I'm saying is Nick Cannon's homes are broken because the baby mama aspect, the number of kids, and there's no cohesiveness between the actual mothers of all the kids. That's why I would say that is broken.
But do we know that though? Or are we assuming?
Show me a picture with more than 3 of them.
That just may be something that they don't choose to share. I'm just playing devil's advocate because I don't agree, but
Mariah Carey, like, I think with that many,
she don't like nobody, so she
don't care. Oh well, come on now.
Mariah ain't hanging around with them girls, child. Wild out girls.
And you know what? If we look at some of this too, like Nick Cannon was just on some interview saying that like he can finally admit that him having all these kids was a trauma response. Yeah, he's absolutely creating broken homes. The cohesion, all that kind of like that starts with what we were talking about earlier. This stuff starts with the parents. Right. And so I'm thinking of, and I guess for me, like I'm coming from a place of like, I think there is a literal definition and there is the when we put certain meanings behind it. If I have 2 children in front of me and one of them is come from a 2-parent household and it's a super toxic situation, or there's multiple homes and it's a super toxic situation. For me, okay, it's like, yes, this is a broken home. And I have a very specific picture about what that is. If there is another child that feels supported, loved, seen, cared for, feels love from both parents, the parents are able to co-parent, all those things. Literally, is it a broken home? Sure. But will they have some of the same challenges as child A? No, because I'm looking at the child's response and how the child is growing up. One is growing up in a loving environment and like kind of like a supportive team. The other one absolutely is not. For me, that's what creates a figurative like broken home or not. Even though yes, there is a literal example of that. And so for me, it's like if Nick Cannon's out here on the radio saying like, yeah, having all my kids was a trauma response, that feels like sufficient evidence for me
Yeah.
that he's definitely created broken homes.
I mean, I wholeheartedly believe he created broken homes. I was just going based off of the way Keenan was breaking it down. I'm saying someone could argue.
Yep,
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure. So Marcus Sale said, by my definition, I have to like Nick Cannon because if he makes the house stable, he's doing his thing right. That's not what I was saying at all. Good brother. Not at all. He's the opposite of what I'm talking about. He was like, I don't agree with Nick's lifestyle, but how you spoke, you can't be too mad at Nick or dickhead, dude. That's crazy, bro. I think the thing is for me, and we can move on because we hit in 45 minutes. I think the thing is for me with them specifically, they have no regard for the mothers. They have no regard for the mothers at all. Like, and I'll give one last example. I got a good co-parenting situation. I'm not with her. I'm out here wilding in the streets, and I go get a woman that already has 6 kids pregnant, and I now got to bring that into what we had in our co-parenting joint. I think I'm breaking that home over there because now my kid has to deal with his siblings plus 5. That was not the case before that.
But when we talk, I'm sorry that we might be long-winded tonight because you all don't think that having 2 parents in the household is a different type of stability for the child, for it not to be raised in, or to, because I heard Asia say like getting the love, the support, everything that the child needs to thrive in life, but they are still then missing having the opposite sex in the home still that can
That's how I
teach them
feel.
certain things, or certain things are displayed when there's 2 parents in a home. And for me, that's what makes it broken. It's not saying that the child will not thrive or they're not receiving those things, but I just feel like there's a level that's displayed when there's two parents in the home raising the kid together.
I agree with that. And I think that even with that, like, who's to say that in both of the homes, they both could have gotten remarried or be in like stable relationships, stuff like that, right? Where it could be present. But the point that I'm making is like, we can't automatically assume that if there's 2 parents in the home, that it is not broken. That's my thing because I have experienced it. That's my lived experience. It was a 2-parent home. It was very good up until a certain point, and then it was extremely toxic. And it was like, I wish I would just get a divorce. I wish I would,
We
because
said
this
that too,
ain't it.
though. We said
You know what
that
I mean?
too. We said that you could be everyone in the home and it still be broken.
Broken, right? It's still
Yeah,
broken.
I agree with that.
Yeah. I think we're arguing actual broken home and, like you guys said, figurative broken home.
So yes, and I'm trying to move on. I really am.
Mhm.
But what gets me is in Brittany's example, Brittany, I agree with you with 2 good people that want to be parents to the same kid. We give some of these parents too much credit because they in the same house. I think it's more than being in the house. And my premise of my thought comes from not only being in the house, but you have to parent because the other side parents look at how they treat their kids. They rarely look at how they treating the other parent in front of their kids. So there's another there's another lane to parenting that's like, okay, yeah, we're really good with our kids, but I'm going upside the head when I get in the room. And it's like, so we're gonna give them credit because they're both in the house and they're raising their kids right, but they really teaching them DV.
I don't think in most of those type situations that the parenting is on point.
Princess, I'm gonna tell you something. I know, not what I think. If you took 10, okay, we do not condone DV here at MVW. I'm not saying DV that's a very serious thing. If you took 10 parenting couples that look like they're in the same household and things like that, toxicity is probably in 6 or 7 out of that 10. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying I
I
think
don't disagree.
huh?
I said I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, because I just think we think because they're in the home that makes it unbroken or that makes it better or that's the like nah. I just don't. It's more than that to me than just being there.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't. Okay. Mhm.
No, you did. You didn't say it. I'm just saying in general. You didn't say it. I'm saying in general. I know we went off on a tangent. Broken Berlin is back. What's happening, man? What's happening?
Hey, Germany.
All
In
right.
Germany, it's crazy.
All right. So, do societal expectations create greater mental health challenges for men or women?
Societal.
I don't. I know this. I know Princess love talking about mental health, so I'm gonna let her go as soon as she come back.
What?
I never forget in Raleigh last year. Was that last year where Princess was like, "I'm good on this question. You go ahead to the next person." You remember that, Princess?
No.
When we was on the stage and it was a mental health question and everybody went and it was your turn, Princess was like,
No. I don't know what the question was.
she was like, "Nah, I'm straight." So, oh man, this is a crucifying night. But I'm with the smoke tonight. It's probably because I'm tired.
Started
I feel
off
like
nice.
sometimes mental health challenges from society can like they're overplayed. Like I feel like some people just weak-minded, dog. Like there's certain pressures that we do feel. I feel like I'm not going to categorize it as men or women. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's one of those things where I don't think it's one of those things where like some of these things I don't want to say imaginary. It creates challenges, but I feel like the mental health joint is more from like trauma and childhood that sometimes your parents and stuff did to you. But the fact that we saying societal expectations creating a greater mental health challenge, and I'm not saying I'm perfect in saying this, but that's my true opinion. Like damn, what expectation is society putting on us that's making us struggle up top? Maybe I'm tripping, or
Maybe
it's not
not.
my experience, so I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe not you, but some people
So
rely
I
on
asked,
social media.
what
Yeah.
type? What type?
Social media is
Appearance.
probably a big one,
Yeah, like social
and what they
media.
see, like she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Social media like gives you like appearance, um, finances, like where you should be in life. I would say appearance and finances are probably the top two things, and finances is a major part of just everyday living. I feel like in the age of social media, a lot of people feel like they aren't where they are supposed to be or where they need to be because of societal expectations around income. I mean, we talk about it all the time with dating and the 50-50 and should people make six figures? Like that weighs very heavily on people more than what they would like to say. I know if I was a man, it would weigh heavily on me because all y'all expect for all of us to make six figures. How's that happening?
So
And so it would make you feel like you're not qualified to even be in the dating pool at this point.
yeah. Okay. Damn. Okay. So Marcus Sales said something. I'm sorry. I gotta. So he said, "Family, house, kids, job. Think about the brothers who ain't made their way yet."
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I'm not neglecting that, but
Mm-hmm.
I would say sometimes families and friends put more of that pressure than society. We're talking about societal pressure. There's a lot of families and friends that talk about you, make you feel every way, and talk about you like a dog and do all these things. And then you go get on social media and see the other stuff and you feel a way about it. But there's a lot of people who's dealing with that how many people y'all know where parents put expectations up here to the point where if you made any mistake, you was dirt on the ground. Society didn't do that. The parent did that.
I think, but I think it can't. I agree somewhat, Keenan, but I think it can't. Though even that can stem from society. Like, where did your family and friends get that from? From
Mhm.
society, because there's a standard already set out there. So it's like if I'm
Okay.
looking at this based off of what's around me, like okay, then I'm gonna put the pressure on you as a family member to then do that thing.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I also feel like pressure from family, for me, like family and friends, when I think of that, I think more so like kids and marriage. I feel like when I log on to
Mm,
social media, I'm not really seeing pressure of like kids and marriage. But like how Marcus said, like house, you see so many people closing on homes, and it's like,
mm,
how you do that? How much was your
mm,
down payment? You know, like you start the whole
mm.
comparison thing. But I feel like from family, I would say marriage and kids, but all the other stuff, appearance, like financial ownership, all of that, I feel like is heavily pushed through social media.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Okay. I guess Broken Berlin, I see you, man. We in a pregame week. We're gonna have to tap in later, man. We can't not this show. We'll join it at another time, bro. We on a pregame week. Appreciate you tapping in though. So Princess, I guess I see it, yes, from there. I guess when Brittany said it the way she did, like it's under the umbrella of societal expectations that got put on parents that then get put on kids. So
Mhm.
okay, touche. I get it. I guess I was just looking at it like I walk out to the world or walk into or scroll and the things I see right then and there. The things I see right then and there make it make me feel a pressure about things. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
I want to be clear. I'm not neglecting or judging anybody's journey. You get what I'm saying? But what I am saying is like from my experiences, from what I've seen, I think about it like this. You know, and I'm gonna use this example really, and I mean this intentionally, no funny, no troll, because this was a very vulnerable moment. When we were in Charlotte and we were shooting our episode, and Jay shared what he shared about his friend group and how he felt about it and those type of things. Like, if he had a friend group that he felt like he couldn't say that in front of, I guess I feel like that's more detrimental than the indirect impact of societal expectations. You get what I'm saying? Like people you spending time with day in and day out and being around and vulnerable with, you feel like you can't even share that part. And in turn, that's the expectation that you're inheriting because of the things you see right there beside you. You get what I'm saying?
I can agree with that, right? But I Yes, and I also think that like sometimes from things that you see on a larger scale, right? So let's say you then do see people that have these like really functioning like even one of the things on social media now is how like all the trip made it out the group chat and people being able to do brunch together and going on all these trips and like even on social media it's not so much marriage that's being pushed, but it is like to be like a power couple, whether you're the funny couple, whether you're the traveling couple, whether you're the workout couple. It's like there are certain things. And so I think when you see it in society, right, and then you see it mirrored in your own life, I think it makes it that much more personal and weighted when it's like, dang, so everybody got these like solid friend groups. And I'm not saying directly to what you said, Kingdom, but like just using it
Mhm,
like it's
mhm.
like, dang, but I don't got that.
Mhm.
Sheesh. So it's not even just outside, it's like in my house too. It
Yeah.
hits different, right?
I'm not gonna
and
lie.
and
That's
so I
so
think
real.
I think sometimes that can be it too, but I think even like the societal expectation that like everybody just has it together and like everybody's
Mhm.
good
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
and like you
So
should be okay and everybody's resilient. Like
Yeah.
I think
Mhm.
that is what creates greater mental health challenges for humans in general, because then it becomes
Yes.
like, yeah, we could scroll, we could see stuff going on in the world, and it's like, nope, you can't have feelings about it. Nope, you still got to go day to day. Where
yeah,
I
y'all
feel
shut
like
me
that
up.
part is like
Mhm.
we start to miss the mark on our humanity. And I think it's
Yes.
like we
That
are
part.
slowly becoming like the AI and the chat GPT that we are so closely connected to.
Yes.
Yeah,
Asia.
for
Say it
sure.
louder.
Mhm.
Yeah, y'all shut me up, man. Y'all right. I ain't think about it like that. I ain't gonna lie. I guess because as much as I post and stuff like that, that's not a lot of my consumption. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm realizing as y'all say this. You get what I'm saying? Like, not saying it's anybody, a lot of anybody's up here, but I'm like, damn. When Princess said something that struck a nerve with me, low key, when she was like, "You don't see the marriage and family, but family say like your family is say the kids and marriage." But then you get on here and it's saying house, car, and all the different things. And then I'm thinking like, damn. So in my head, my family hit me this way, social media hit me this way. I don't know which way to go. I'm just like, damn. So like for sure. I don't know what to say, bro. Damn, that got me. Damn.
Everybody clap for Keenan.
Y'all, yeah. Show is over. Show is over.
That's for you, Jay.
Show is over.
That's for you.
Show is effing over. Is Jay here tonight or what? You know what I'm saying? To move into the last thing of the night, man. Fair or foul. Your partner likes to throw events and keeps inviting a friend of yours that you used to smash unknowingly, and you don't do anything to stop it. Boy, look here. So fair or foul. Your partner likes to throw events and keeps inviting a friend of yours that you used to smash unknowingly, and you don't do anything about it.
Foul.
Baby.
It is foul. It's
said-
foul.
You
It's
said
fair.
fair.
It's fair.
What's that fair?
I'm not
How?
putting I'm not. So let me make sure y'all understand.
That don't make it fair. I know exactly what you're about to say. That don't make it fair.
Go ahead, brother Dot. Go ahead, Deacon. Go ahead, Deacon.
Speak on it, bro.
Go
No,
ahead, brother Dot.
because and correct me if I'm wrong.
You
I
wrong.
probably wouldn't say nothing either.
Okay.
Because
So what?
if that person ain't saying nothing, she don't know, and you know what's going on. Yeah, it's probably an awkward situation for me, but probably not saying that. But that don't make it fair. It is a foul situation.
Yeah.
That's
That's
Come on,
foul.
come
If
on.
I find out, what if the person finds out later down the line and you had the opportunity to tell them and you did? That's
I
even
hate stuff like that.
worse.
I hate stuff. What you mean? Like, okay, what? Hey, hold on, time out. So let me just ask a clarifying question. And I'm being honest. So throwing events, the unknowingly smashed person is there, right? And I'm here too. There's no interactions. That's my friend, not hers, correct?
Yeah, your friend.
Yeah, your close friend because you were smashing.
Whoa, see, he added stuff. He added stuff, y'all. He added stuff.
mean-
Anybody say close, man? Because that's foul. See, if it's a close friend, that's foul. Because y'all gonna be in other places. The reason why I'm
They're
saying
close enough if they're getting invited, though, Keenan.
Yeah.
And if your person,
the event saves you from that, princess. The event,
No.
if it's bruh, you can throw an event and have people that you would invite to an event that you're not going to invite to your house.
so you saying
Yeah,
this
but
is
you
not
don't-
in your house?
You said what?
You're saying that this is not in your house.
No, like that's not. No,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
saying
stuff.
like they're throwing stuff. You're there. They invite that person. The interaction between you and that person took place in said place, not in your house. They're like an associate that gets invited. That's like 6 degrees of separation. Like they get invited to this stuff because y'all are cool and acquaintances, but y'all, you know what I'm saying? I don't get what
You said your partner
You're-
keeps inviting a
You're
friend
not-
Yeah.
that you done
Yeah,
smashed.
you're not gonna
Yeah.
keep inviting an acquaintance.
Yeah, that's my point.
but so okay. When I was at A&T and we used to throw certain stuff, there were people you could say like I'm using Dot as an example. Hey Dot, man, tell your crazy homeboy the one that da come through. I didn't know. I may not know that person like that, but every time we do something, I'm like, hey Dot, yo, they crazy, man. Tell them to come through. Because that's what we did when we threw an event. So there are people that are event specific type of friends or whatever you want to call them that like aren't close, but like when we something happening, like, oh bro, they a good time, yo, tell them to come through. And that only happens when you throw stuff.
Okay.
I will argue though, if you have seen somebody naked, especially if it's been multiple times, you are close. You have seen them in a vulnerable space.
If we were close, I'm
All
saying
I- But what I'm saying is, Keenan,
It is
if you have had intercourse with an individual, especially if it was multiple times, y'all are close.
Yeah.
Y'all are
That's
close to
not
some
true.
degree.
That's
They
not true.
have
Yes.
seen you in ways that most people that interact with you probably on a day-to-day basis have not seen you.
Don't.
You've been in your most
You have
vulnerable space with this individual.
Literally been inside
Absolutely
them.
not.
AJ,
They
we
gonna get
got close.
closer.
We won't close. You see me? We got close. We won't close. No, there's absolutely
All right,
people.
bro.
Hold on. So this beautiful panel, y'all telling me there's people that interaction has happened, and because more than once or twice, y'all now friends or y'all are now close.
That's not. I don't
Not
think that's what
friends.
is being
No.
said here.
Hey, Dot, I'm asking everybody else.
Those steps were skipped. Y'all got close, literally close, butt naked close.
Yep.
My socks was on.
All right.
You know what?
Let me ask you this, Keenan. Does your answer change if it's not an event at an outside space?
Yes.
Let's just say your partner is somebody who likes to host game nights. Like they just like hosting Super Bowl parties, Christmas parties, you know what I mean? And they just think that this person is a good time, like you said. Then what? How are you stopping that
1000%.
situation? Or
Now,
are you stopping that situation?
No.
Gaming is
I'm saying
intimate.
something. I'm saying something with a
You
princess.
saying
I'm saying
to
something.
who? To who?
To who I'm with.
So you gonna say don't invite them no more, and then when they say,
hey, look, man, I'm gonna let the event go. The first one they come to, and then after that, it's like, hey, look, I know you ain't know this, no harm, no foul, but I gotta share this with you because I don't think this cool. As long as it was like, and I'm assuming there was no foul play in how you and what you mean? Why you looking at me like that?
Because I just don't believe that. Okay, thank you, Britt. I don't believe that you just gonna own up that quick just because it's the house when you saying it's absolutely foul just because it's an event space.
Oh no.
Either way, it's your partner or your wife, whatever event.
Hey, go ahead, Doc.
I don't think you about to just spill the tea that quick.
Doc, go ahead. Go ahead, Doc. I want you. Hey, y'all
my house is a little more. My house is a little more intimate.
Thank you.
I agree. I just don't think he would riddle off the information that smoothly. That's why I said, who are you going to say something to?
I'm not,
because this situation could also be solved by reaching out to that person and being like, hey, don't come to the event.
That could get sticky.
Princess, said friend, hey, yo, look, don't come through no more, da-da-da. My partner invites that person and they keep saying no. They're like, damn, why you ain't coming no more? And then they're like, hold. And then say if they share or whatever. So tell me what that conversation like. I tell her don't come no more. Now my partner's asking why you don't come to anything anymore. I'm going to leave that conversation up to the friend.
Nah,
but here's the thing. If you were that close to the way you're describing this is that this is like somebody who was just you had smashed, right? The way you're portraying it. So if that's the case, I don't think that this will be a situation that if that person started declining events, unless they were really one of your close friends that you were smashing, I don't think that your person would be that pressed that they're now declining the invites. It would just kind of be like, oh, well, I'm gonna stop inviting whoever.
Hey, y'all, where are we adding close from? There's nowhere in this fair or foul.
Thank you. That clapping sound right there. That clapping sound.
Right there.
Hey, yo, Princess. That was A1. But seriously though, but we're adding that scenario in. We're adding that close part in. I get what y'all saying, but we're adding that to make the rest make sense.
Okay, but here's the thing, right? So let's just say, to your point, let's say they're not friends. Okay, fine. They're not friends. They're not close for the sake of argument. Okay, sure. But you got to think, if your person is continuously inviting them to different events, who is to say, right, that the event won't change? The setting of the event could change at any time, especially if your person likes to throw events. So now it's like, okay, so I've invited them to 4 events outside of our home. You wait until the 5th, 6th, 7th event to now tell me what happened? I would look at you crazy.
In my God mind, that's why I'm not saying nothing. Well, what you see what I'm saying? Trick bag, bro. Trick bag.
So you're gonna let this
screwed either way.
for like forever. That's the part that I asked earlier, is that because eventually if it comes back up and now you do have to say, oh, by the way, like now I'm looking at you, now we have a bigger problem because you
Mhm.
did not say anything and you let this go on for X amount of time.
Hey, so what's y'all response? He tells you the first time, like, yeah, we used to have interactions, da da da. Woo, y'all be like, oh, okay, yeah, it's fine.
No,
Nah,
not that it's
Who said
fine.
that?
Just not
Who
I'm
said
communicating.
asking.
that?
I think I would be
No.
more upset. Believe it or not, I would be more upset at Shorty that came, because for me, it's like if she knew who my man was, it's like you knew who my man was and you still came. I'm looking at you like I'm giving you a side eye. If once again, if I don't know, right? If I don't know the connection, and if my man tells me the connection, for me it's like, Miss Mamas, you didn't have to come to the event. You could have declined.
But what if it was so long ago she didn't really think that it mattered? Let's just say, our ages now. What if it was college and she felt like, I mean, we grown, it really don't matter.
In
Like he's
that
probably not thinking
regard,
about that no more.
Yeah,
yeah, I
y'all.
mean,
No. How okay. How did you get here? Your number had to be stowed away in the phone. Y'all had to, for me to think to invite you.
He's inviting her. It has to. She's right. She
But
got
Y'all
Bro,
that
had to have some
bro,
that's
sort
why I'm
you
of
can
saying
something.
DM somebody.
it's
You
a
can
level of
DM somebody.
closeness.
You got to be friends.
No,
Right,
Princess.
but
She said, how did she invite her? That you don't gotta have her number
right.
to invite her.
But there's a level of like, how did she just randomly think this girl let me invite?
Her.
That's what we're trying to, is there is a level of closeness that she
No,
oh,
even
I
is
see.
thinking to invite this person.
Mm.
Yes.
no,
Okay,
Why
okay,
are you
okay.
here? How did you get here? That's the
Yeah.
real question. So
no.
And
you talking communicating with this person enough, right? Still, for me to think in my mind like it's okay to invite them to this event because they're close enough to you or whatever it is. Like I then expect my partner to tell me what's up. Like
mhm.
if I just that's just a natural
Oh,
for
right.
me.
Can I ask a question?
and mhm.
That's true,
Go
babe.
ahead, Princess. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, and then also from these events, let's just say this person is invited every time.
Mm-hmm.
If there was not a level of closeness with your partner and
Mm-hmm.
that person, and they were just linking them to you, eventually, if I keep inviting you to my events, we are going to develop a rapport with each other. So what if it's like, oh girl, let's go to brunch on Sunday? If you got me brunching with who you was hunching, we
Nah.
finna be
See,
punching.
Princess, you
You get
taking
what
it
I'm
to a
Oh, you
saying?
on one tonight, huh? Okay, you
Do
on
you
one
get what I'm
tonight. Oh,
saying? That is
hey,
unacceptable.
hey,
You're
Put
leaving
that
that
on
hey,
a
space
shirt.
hey,
for
I just want to talk about how Princess take fair or foul, and she put that scenario together real good. So, fellas, so y'all seeing that? She get that scenario, and she already talking about going to brunch. You see what I'm saying,
I'm
bro?
just
Like, no.
saying.
So,
It's no.
what was that?
Oh
What
You
was
know,
that quote
Lord.
no.
again? Quote that one more time, Princess.
I forgot.
I remember she said, if you got me brunching with the
Oh yeah.
person you hunching, then we punching.
We finna
That's
yeah,
what
we
she
finna be punching. Yeah.
hey, yo, I just want to acknowledge again in minute 73 how Princess took an invite to an event and now they had brunch.
Because
We need to talk. We need to
no.
unpack that. We need to unpack
If
that.
you keep letting it happen, then that's what's gonna happen. People develop relationships from events. Literally. That's how
It's
people
true.
network and create new friends.
So,
It's
Princess, let
true.
me ask a question. When the person was invited, was I told before I saw them at the event?
Well, you get a pass on the first one. If you didn't know they were coming, but once you saw them there, and if you know the next event is coming and they are going to be on the invite list, then that's when you should definitely say something.
Okay. Okay. So if it happens once, a one-off, meaning there was an invite, they come, more events happen, but they didn't show up, it's okay.
I see it both sides. It depends. You could go
Hey,
ahead and
hey,
put it out there.
see, I had her, almost had it in the holster, boy. Almost had it in the holster, boy. Almost had it, boy. I'm telling you. I'm
I mean,
telling
you could
you.
go ahead and say, "Hey, you know, that one that you invited over there, like, let's just not invite her again because of XYZ. That's
Come
one
on,
way. Or
princess.
you can wait until the next time and you be like, hey, we need to take her off the list. Why? Because we was hunching.
Come and then I'm getting
And then
that
1,000
was
other
what?
questions happen after that.
Thank you. Oh, Dot, you back on my side now?
Oh, beat up,
I bet.
please.
You back on
Okay.
my side now? You all right? Last name
Okay.
loyalty, man. What you on, man? You back on my side now?
I ain't
Damn.
never. I'm just saying. I didn't disagree with you in the beginning, to be
You
honest
did?
with you. I did not. We said
Hey,
the
look.
exact same thing. The only difference is you said it was fair. I said it was foul. Had
That's the
same
literal
reasoning. We had the
definition of not
same.
being
We
on
had
the
the
same
same
side.
reasoning though. We had the same reasoning. I said I probably wouldn't say nothing either, but it don't make it fair.
Hey, look,
That's
man.
all I was saying.
Princess, this is what I'm saying. In my mind, and you know, Princess, I appreciate your realness tonight because how you got to brunch is why I'm not saying nothing. Because think about you invite this person, you give her a hug, and I come over and tell you, hey, ho, yeah, da, and you was hugging her. You had a good time. Boy, look at him, man. Look at him. And I'm gonna tell you the
You
truth.
can't do it in the moment though,
I agree,
because you don't know the reaction.
but
from
that
your
don't save
person.
me later. That does not save me later. When I
Oh,
tell
no.
you after you don't hug this girl.
It saves you in the long run though. Like
Yeah,
if
it
we can
does.
be real about it though, like in the short
Yeah.
term, it's a shock. It's like I was with this person, but I guarantee you she will not be invited to another event and
Yep.
you won't look like the bad guy. I think in the short term, that immediate reaction, yeah, like there's gonna be some heat, but I think in the long run, she will be most appreciative.
Mhm.
Most
So
appreciative.
Princess,
Yeah.
I'm
that you
sorry.
thought
I'm
it.
sorry. Hey, Princess, I got another question for you, man.
Oh,
So
gosh.
say
Yes,
if would it matter if
Sips tea.
the person that throws the event, this person is constantly showing up, but they get there via RSVPs or following whatever that person's doing? Would that change for you? So your partner's throwing events, they weren't directly invited, but they are showing up at everything through marketing, advertising, whatever. Same scenario, but it's not a direct invite. Does that change anything?
See, well, they didn't invite them. I do still feel like you could tell them, but if it's like a ticketed event, that's basically what you're saying.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
unless they just put them on like the do not sell ticket list, which I don't, you know what I mean? Like, or
Mhm.
have somebody at the door be like, don't let this person in, then it's
Mhm.
kind of hard
Mhm.
to do that. So I do think that it changes things from that perspective. Yes.
Okay.
Because it's not a direct invite.
Roles reversed. Are y'all doing the same thing?
Hell no. Hell no.
Y'all
I
telling
don't
your
know.
man.
No, I am. I'm not about to have him inviting somebody who I used to be
Yeah.
intimate with. No, but quite honestly, if it was a situation like what you just asked me, Keenan.
No, we ain't doing that situation.
We're talking
We
about
doing
this.
the
We're talking
first
about
one.
the scenario.
We doing the first one. We ain't doing that situation.
I'm
We
on the
doing the
scenario.
first one.
All right, y'all. Calm down.
I would
on my
tell
good
him.
sis.
I would
Not too
tell him.
much. Not too much
Princess,
on
no, hey,
princess.
Princess, you know I rock with you. I don't think you coming up off the tongue with that one, man.
I'm not gonna have him inviting somebody, whether it's in our home or at an event space, with somebody who I used to be sexually active with. Like, no, I'm not doing that.
Okay. So
I'm going to tell him that. Now, if I tell him that, and it might be a situation from like college or something like that, and he like, like, I don't really care, then okay. Because some people
It's
really
that
would not care, depending on the length of time that has passed, and if you've had no dealings with that person anymore. It really depends on the person, but I'm going to tell him.
Do you
And
have
I
to
think,
share
and
that
let
y'all
me
used to be? Go ahead, Asia. I'm sorry.
hold on real quick. And I think because like I know your media is like, no, like women wouldn't do it. But the way that some men get so close real quick, I know you thought the way that Princess jumped to brunch was fast, but next thing you know, like if y'all men click for real, y'all all of a sudden now y'all going to play basketball together. Now you reach, it's like y'all get close real quick and y'all don't even have to say much to each other. It really is like if you start to see the same person over and over again and y'all start doing one of these, and it's the man, and now y'all talking at the bar. Like y'all get close real fast. You know what I'm saying? Like to the point that it's like that. So for me, and then my man finds out
That's fair. Brittany, I didn't hear your response. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, say again.
Oh,
Wow. So we can do that now. Let's just clarify on fair or foul. We can do that now. Exactly.
I'm using that. Hey, look, add another tab next time you do fair or foul.
Wow.
That's wild.
Hey, that's your man's. That's your man's that talked all that. Now she pleading the fifth. That's insane.
That's crazy, Fred.
Thank you, Prince. I appreciate that. So we're going to hold on live until we get an answer out of Miss Brittany down there. Like, what's going on here, dog? Like, no, the show, we're going to be an 8-hour show.
Answer.
No, for all jokes. Yes, I am telling. I agree with Princess. And I'll say this. I just don't like the idea of, I'm going to let you know. And I think it's a matter of what we're letting them know, right? Like, No, because I don't think, sorry, y'all, something's really in my eye. I don't think, I think women ask. No, man, I'm talking still. I think women ask a lot more questions than men do. So for us, it'll be like, oh, what, like we try and connect the dots a lot more sometimes than men do. So for me, it's like, I'm going to tell you like, yo, I used to have dealings with this person. I don't think, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if he asks, well, what does that mean? We'll figure out what that conversation looks like. But I don't have to tell you like I was laying on my back. Don't invite him no more.
Yeah,
but I will tell you that I had dealings with this person.
So that's what I was going to ask, Princess. I'm sorry, I'm asking you a lot because that brunch got me, man. Hey, so look, yeah, bro. I'm not, hey, Princess. You know, hey, look, get me now. You know what's happening when we get up. Get me now. Hey, but no, real quick, to Brittany's point, and I'm gonna ask you too, Asia, after this. I want both of y'all to answer this. Would you just tell them not to invite him, or would you share the rest? Brittany just gave her response on that. Would you just say, hey, like, don't invite that person no more? Or do you feel the need to communicate why?
I feel the need to communicate why.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's only natural for the person to ask why. If I invited somebody to my event and then you walk up to me and be like, hey, yeah, like, don't invite them no more. I'm be like, oh, wow, what happened? Like, did they do something disrespectful at the event? Like, you know, is there beat? Like, what happened?
Yeah, they see that right there. See, in my mind, I'm gonna say, yeah, man, they was stealing, man. Like, I don't like it. Like, they was stealing, man. Come on, man. It was in somebody's purse. Come on, man. We don't got no thieves. Man, security. Get them out of here, man.
I cannot.
Asia, are you saying, hey, don't invite this person, or are you giving the reason why?
I would give. I'm kind of on Brit, like with Brit, and like I would say the reason why, but I wouldn't go into like every detail that needs to be said. And to Princess's point, because I do think that sometimes like women, we would want to know like all the details, right? But I think for men, for them, it is more of like, are they a risk to your safety? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like then it would become more of like, I also wouldn't want my man to then approach him on some like, oh, so you out here like not making, like my woman doesn't feel safe around you. Like that's the problem. Right. And so I wouldn't want to create that. So I would say it, but I wouldn't like, I don't need to go into detail like, oh yeah, we was in this thing for like mad long. Like I wouldn't feel the need to say like all of that. But I would tell them.
This is my last question. I'm gonna shut up because we had an hour and 30. Hey, Asia, say if you in that situation and the ex can fight, and you tell your man and he getting upset, like, man, I'm about to. Would you be like, hey, ho, chill out, he can fight now, or would you let him go prove his protection for you?
First of all, that's a crazy question, Keenan.
That's the show, you guys.
Wow.
That's actually.
Hey, Doc, what would you do?
Question.
What would you do, Doc? Hey, Doc. She say, hey, Doc, she be like, yeah, man, he does. She be like, hold, chill, he can fight, chill out.
Because
what you doing? What you doing?
She told me that.
But that puts me in a weird spot either way. Because if I say like, hey, don't go defend my honor, he like, you're not gonna win. That looks wild for me to say to my man.
That's so disrespectful.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would never do that. If he's
I'd
gonna
rather
defend
watch
my honor,
you get beat up. Yeah, like
that.
Hey, fellas, if she say that to you, you know if she think you can fight or not.
That's a wild
The
question.
answer is not right.
Your girl say, "Hey, oh, chill. You don't want to go over there. Like, oh, you don't want to go over there. Chill out."
Not them problems. Not them problems. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yo, your relationship just ended, my boy. Hey, Dad, what'd you do? She like, oh, chill. Well,
I'm
what
gonna
you
listen.
doing, Doc?
All right. You don't want me to defend? I ain't defending then. And now, if you're my girl, no, I'm gonna listen. If you're my wife, it's probably gonna be a little different. But you my girl, no, I'm listening.
Dang.
Hey, yo,
She's looking at you different. She's gonna look at you different either way, if I can be honest. She's
Hey,
gonna look
well,
at you
either way,
you gotta go over there, man.
I'm looking
You
at
gotta
you
go
different too.
Hey, you gotta go over there, man. You gotta go over there. You got to go over there.
Yeah,
You
come
got to
back
go
with
over
two
there.
dotted eyes, and now you really lost your girl.
Now cause a scene or something. You got to go over there, man.
Yeah,
For real.
not for nothing for
That
sure.
is funny. Yo, y'all was wilding tonight. Let me just tell y'all that.
Yo,
This
so
is
no,
it
Gotta be
too.
for sure.
Raleigh's
Hey,
about
yo,
to be a
appreciate
movie.
everybody tapping in tonight, man. Hey, we gotta talk after we get off here, man. So I appreciate everybody
we can
tapping in
talk.
tonight, man. It's your boy K.I. Mims, Raleigh, North Carolina. We on the way September 27th, man. Tickets are on pause. Early birds have ended, but you can still tap in, man. It's your boy K.I. Mims. I got the ladies of the show, Miss Princess, Asia, and Brittany. My bro B-Dot from Last Name Loyalty. It's Millennials versus the World, and we are out.
You are now tuned in to the.
Oh my God.
Oh, Lord.
You are now tuned in to the realest